We're here with Chocodillo Chocodor.
Yeah, was it? I know. Sorry. Armadillo Trocadillo.
I was hitting my family with those a little bit.
Really?
I was hitting my baby nephew. Yeah, my little baby nephew and my other nephew with these Mexican brain rot.
Oh, with this B rot? With the Italian one?
Oh, Italian brain rot.
Italo B rot.
What is it? Is it, where's this come from?
It seems to have come out of nowhere and it's hit the world fast.
Yeah,
It's
fast and
great.
hard.
Fast and hard.
Yeah.
And it's just, it's like very viral. It's very fun. No corporations have like necessarily taken it over yet.
There's something about it being like so brain rotty. It's like just in another language or just borrowing from another language.
Yes. Yeah.
To a point. It just doesn't really even have to make any sense.
Yeah.
The best ones, the captions aren't even in English. So I'm just watching this AI generated video say stuff I don't understand and have no context on. It's kind of nice.
I just see, it's just the people who are demonstrating like the speed at which they can recognize these characters. There seem to be like 12 people in this universe.
Yeah.
Which is very, very nice.
Yeah.
Actually, no, I saw McDonald's in Spain came out with like a toy collection of them all.
No, that must be a
and
joke.
it must be like an AI thing as well.
Yeah.
Did you know McDonald's Spain, their like Instagram page is just
Debaucherous?
It's just crazy.
Why? What's going on over there?
It's just so what is it? They're just so tapped in.
Yeah.
It's just all surreal, so much brain rot. It's just so
McDonald's.
strange. McDonald's. The official McDonald's Spain
I do have
thing.
to say, because like you can kind of go anywhere in the world.
Yep.
Go to the McDonald's and you'll have a gauge of
100%.
the culture.
Yes.
Because you kind of get everyone in every McDonald's as well, like all walks of life.
Yeah.
You get the most average person from every country at that McDonald's.
100%. You get
So
kind of
if-
like an idea of where you're at.
Yeah, like the Australian ones like Macca's.
100%.
And you go in there, you're probably going to get a tradie.
Yeah.
You're going to get like a very like average kind of just working class lady.
Yep.
And there's just going to be a couple kids
Yeah,
knocking
couple
about. It's going to give you an
kids
idea of
having a
what
bit of fun. Yeah.
basically what Sydney's like.
100%.
If this is wait, what one? Spanish McDonald's
It was
page.
their Instagram page.
Yeah.
It's so surreal.
If they're doing
It's
that,
so weird.
is Spain just tapped in like that?
That's what I
Because
couldn't
they're appealing to
understand.
the average Spaniard.
Yeah, maybe the average like Instagram user. Because
Yeah.
most like I don't know if everyone else is the same. It must be.
Right.
But it's just like surreal brain rot is really all I see on Instagram.
Yeah.
And they're like, okay, this is the content that's usually shown on this app.
yeah.
We're just gonna post that stuff.
Yeah.
So just be like weird things, kind of like it'll be a blurry image of like a kid kind of crying in the middle of the road, and it'll just be like no McDonald or something like that. And like they get it.
Yeah.
They're literally like getting it.
Yeah,
Just
yeah,
the
yeah.
stuff that they're putting out there is just like 10 out of 10.
They were a hub. They were Spanish. It's been like a cultural hub
That's true.
for a crazy amount of time. My theory is they're just ahead.
Okay, in terms of just like cultural things, the Spaniards.
Spaniards were
Spaniards.
killing it. Yeah, from like the mid-century, from 600, like 1400.
Yeah.
They were number one
Okay, in culture,
in culture.
they're just we're kind of gonna lead the way a little bit.
Yeah, because they got money from all across Europe, Africa, the Middle East,
Yep.
and knowledge from all of those places.
Okay,
They're Islamic,
true.
just great at sharing information and knowledge,
Damn, so they've just kind of like they'll take everything and they'll just kind of like run with it.
which is what
It's
they've
so
done
cool
here.
to see, yeah, they've
Which is what they're
literally done
doing on the internet.
I don't know if
yeah.
I've seen any other like McDonald's page do
Yeah.
it, and you'll find their Instagram page as well. We're talking about hundreds of posts.
Yeah.
They're all that weird stuff.
yeah.
Weird, surreal, just like
Yeah.
like they're a really good brain rot or just kind of like surreal meme page.
It's so funny. You did send me like these, like the Italian brain rot.
Oh yeah,
With all these characters and stuff.
yeah.
And my feed, I was telling you, it's gotten pretty clean. It's just become
Okay.
some nice, happy stuff.
That's true. You were
And then
saying
I
that.
get that from you,
Yeah.
and it's like I've just tasted this drug again, and I know exactly how to fuck up my algorithm. So I just send this to.
Oh yeah, everyone.
I just begin sending it. I'm sending them
course.
back to you.
Yeah,
I'm
you're sending that to
liking
me.
them.
Yeah,
going
yeah,
on
of
those
course.
pages, finding them.
Yeah.
And then you just the next 10 memes you get are all exactly this stuff, and it's either me sending it or the camera in my phone.
Oh, it sees what you're doing. It's your
sees
eyes.
my pupils dilate, just like the scene from what's it called, Requiem for a Dream.
It's just like dung 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 Sahur. And so we're gonna give him more of that.
Yeah.
It's like it's all I see.
Yeah.
All I see as well. It's the exact same thing where like I know there are certain things that I'll scroll past. It's like I don't want to see that. I literally don't want to see that, and I'll be like, and I kind of like maybe have a bit of a smile on my face.
Yeah.
Because I only see like 4 things on Instagram.
Yeah, and I'm not smiling at most things.
And I'm not smiling. I'll smile at like Hyrax videos, like that one specific cute animal.
Yeah.
Like I haven't seen a dog video or a dog image in months now.
Oh yeah.
Because it's like what they've done, they've just broken it down where it's like they'll pick 4 things that you like and they'll just show you that.
I showed my dad the video of a cat running. You know, it's like the cat's running. They've got the camera on them.
Yes.
And I've seen enough of them that I don't care about it anymore.
Yeah.
But my dad's never seen it. And I showed him and he already doesn't care about it. And there's just something about culture moves. Like, he just missed that and he's already skipped to the stage where he doesn't care. And he's just there with me.
Okay.
I'm like, you should care. You haven't seen any of this stuff.
And he's just seen one and it's like, okay, I get it.
Whatever,
It's good. I'm
yeah.
on to the next one now.
I'm like, isn't this amazing?
Yeah. It is pretty cool. I remember coming across those cat videos.
We were watching the Ken Burns. He's got like a series on like the Americas.
Yep.
It's just like the craziest footage you've ever seen.
Damn.
Just
What's
like
this on?
animals. Huh?
What's this on?
Oh, this is on. He had it saved on like his whatever, like from free to air TV.
Okay. Ken Burns is the dude that's invented the really annoying
yeah.
iMovie.
I don't know how that's
thing.
what he's known for.
It's
After watching this,
crazy.
I'm like, this
Yeah.
is phenomenal.
Imagine
I
that.
think he's done war documentaries. He's done like music documentaries.
Yeah, like imagine being like David Attenborough and it's like you're just known for like a swirly effect and they call it the Attenborough.
Yeah.
And it's a thing that you just don't want to do because it just shows you like cheap and
Yeah.
using like the base level video editing software.
Yeah.
So Kenny, Wold Kenny is literally like some genius, is he?
Yeah, this thing's beautiful. It's like showing you all these different shots. It'll be like, the deserts in America, for instance.
Yeah.
And it'll show you that. And then there's all these animals. And then somehow they just have a camera inside the snake's burrow.
Yeah. And some of that, I don't actually understand a lot of that. I'm like, how did they get a camera there?
I'm just...
Like legitimately, what did you do? You kind of spent like what days trying to find this place? You got inside there and you just set up a camera?
Well, I'm like, is it that it is just a big conspiracy? Nothing's actually going on or happening. Like, and then this is just so overt. Like, come on, man. Like,
it's like not real.
Yeah,
because I know I see
it's like,
that,
dude, what an idiot. He thinks he got us. And then they're just like filming a wolf.
Yeah.
They're just right there with a wolf filming it.
Yeah. Because
I'm
that's
like,
not
how?
real.
It's like, dude, drones. And it's like, how? You're in the like Antarctic. There's no way to get anywhere close to any of these animals. How are you flying the drone remotely?
That's what I always say. Like, I watch these videos really basic. It'll be like a YouTuber who does like travel vlogs, and it's like a thunderstorm, lightning, and it's just him going down this hill, and he's got like obviously he just left a camera at the top of the hill. And he's also got a drone going at the same time as he's like riding his car. And I just can't actually understand the process that goes into that. And then he's just got all these amazing drone shots. And I'm like, what are you doing? Are you spending like a week?
Yeah.
This one single guy on YouTube to have like a video that has like 200 views?
The craziest one I saw was an avalanche.
Okay. Yeah.
And it's just like at multiple points of the hill. It's just like on the side and then snow overtakes it. Yeah. And then over this side and snow overtakes it.
Yeah.
And just the cameras are getting buried. So it's like, how are you getting the footage? And how did you know that there was going to be how'd you know there was going to be an avalanche there?
Yeah, of course.
And the other sick thing was actually, this like snowy one, it's showing you, what's it called? Yellowstone National Park.
That funny park. They got bears or something there, do they? Or is that just in a cartoon?
No, not bears. Not that I saw. Oh, no, yeah, you're thinking of Yogi.
I'm thinking of Yogi.
Nah, bro, that was a cartoon.
That wasn't real. Okay, fair. Yeah.
They're showing, like, all these different animals, right? Like, there's these rabbits, these foxes, wolves, otters.
Nice.
Stuff like that. It's so cool. And then you're like, whoa, this animal. And then after that avalanche scene, it goes to someone ripping down a mountain on skis.
Yeah.
And you're just like, oh yeah, we're the best. Why am I bothering with these animals and stuff when you just see someone carving down this hill?
Yeah.
And the amount of information and knowledge that goes into doing that. And then just, if you're an alien, you just be like, these are the sickest.
These are the cool ones.
They should be able to blow everything up and just make things extinct. And we should kind of be able, like, compared to everything else, they're not even playing the game.
It's nuts. Like, who's coming close to humans?
You know how we say, like...
Dolphins are pretty cool.
Dolphins,
they're
but
pretty
we say,
sick.
like, we're playing checkers. Oh, it's like you're playing checkers, I'm playing chess.
Yeah.
That's a rabbit. It's not playing either of those games.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Legitimately.
Yeah.
Like, there aren't really many, other beings.
Yeah. Dolphins are sick.
Dolphins are pretty sick.
People are sus on dolphins because they're...
It's the R-wording stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like, in all honesty, people don't want to admit it, but hearing the dolphins R-word people kind of made them a lot more relatable. Like, legitimately. Just to the average person, it's like, okay.
Yeah. What if they are capable of every type of crime, but that's the only one? It's like, oh yeah, they can do all the sins you could imagine.
Yeah.
They're capable of stabbing,
Yeah.
shooting, just doing drive-by.
Scamming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're just above that.
Insider trading.
Yeah. They just think all that stuff is morally wrong.
It is funny, like, what is it? They're the only animal that R-word people? I feel like, I don't know. If there was, like, another animal that would kind of go around R-wording, I'm imagining, like, I don't even know. If dogs did that, it'd be kind of terrifying.
Dogs kind of do that.
I feel like they do. I feel like, we don't kind of really give them enough credit. If I had, like, a female dog at a park and I left them unattended, I'm assuming they're getting R-worded.
Do you think the dog's going to get R-worded?
100%.
By another dog?
I think that's just...
Okay,
it's just kind of like getting swept under the rug.
Yeah.
Do you know when dogs, like, run off into the bushes?
Yeah.
Like, you think they're just looking for, like, a mouse or something
they come
like
back different.
It's quiet, just doesn't bark for the rest of the trip home. It's like, what went on with I'm trying to think of a dog name.
Morgan Freeman just starts like narrating their journey.
But it's like, maybe Doug didn't have dinner. He just went straight to his home. He's just been sleeping in this morning.
I had a cat and I was worried.
Oh, they got R-worded?
Yeah, but I think it just ate a weed brownie.
Okay, fair. Which is kind of the same thing.
But I literally thought...
Edibles are like getting R-worded in your
like
brain,
lost
isn't it?
in a fight. Like losing in a fight messes up animals big time.
This cat lost in a fight?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So I think... I don't know.
I guess, losing in a fight just in general is kind of like you may as well have gotten R-worded. Do you know what I mean? Because you have kind of no dignity left.
Yeah,
you put it all out there somewhere and, you lost.
I think this is the... Jordan Peterson spoke about this.
Yeah.
Because it was, like when he's talking about lobsters.
Yeah.
It's something like if a lobster like loses in a fight, I think they turn into a girl.
Oh, really? They can't handle it.
No, they become a girl. Yeah, they transform into
Damn.
Yeah.
Damn. I didn't even know lobsters would have to be fighting. I didn't think that would be like
they fight for ladies.
Oh, they fight for ladies?
Yeah.
Okay, and fair enough.
And then if you lose, you turn into a lady.
You turn, yeah. And the dude that you lost against comes back for you a bit later.
Yeah.
Which is, I feel,
Yeah.
I kind of, we're all basically fighting for ladies.
Yeah.
That's kind of all life really is just one big fight for ladies.
Yeah, I guess.
It's the only real reason people are like competitive in jobs and stuff like that.
No, but then you have the people that go the furthest with it.
Yeah.
Don't care about ladies.
Oh.
They just become.
They're just doing it
asexual, and they are attracted to the game or whatever it is.
True.
All the best people are like saying bad ladies, man, and everyone else is like, kind of is.
True. And then you get to a certain point.
This is where you have Drake and Kendrick, and it's like Drake is doing this for the ladies, and Kendrick comes out He's like, I'm gonna kill you, man. It's like, we're singing. We're singing songs.
We're like, yeah, we're rhyming words together, and one guy's taking it very literal.
Yeah.
And he's the spaz kid. He's like the crazy kid, like playing soccer at school. That's like full on doing like tackle.
Yeah.
And has like the long socks and actual soccer shoes on.
Oh, I was thinking about this with like Joey Badass. And there's like an intro
that's a
to
name you
a
haven't
song
heard in a
or something,
while.
He's like, yeah, Joseph Badman.
Yeah.
It's like at the beginning of the song, he's like, you have no idea how seriously I take this. Or it's like, rap is my life or something like that.
Yeah.
And you're singing songs.
Yeah.
You're singing like nursery rhymes.
Yeah.
I care a lot about music, but
yeah,
it's not that important.
it is kind of crazy.
Yeah.
Like just in general rapping, it's just
Just saying words.
gangster rappers where it's like, okay, I'm like killing people, I'm robbing people, I'm selling drugs, and then I'm like gonna do some nursery rhymes.
Yeah, it's so weird.
It's really strange.
Yeah.
Because especially when you're like, you hear about a lot of these street artists, and it's like, oh, this dude killed like 20 people.
And then going on tour, and it's like your stage manager's a homosexual, your like costume designer's a homosexual, the record label is probably a homosexual, your A&R guy's a homosexual. It's just 50 Cent surrounded by... He's like, I got shot 9 times, and then like a bus full of men being like, oh my God, that must have hurt.
How about we take you, he's going to take his shirt off 3/4 of the way through. He's going to wear a bulletproof vest. He's going to have his hat
Yes,
like this.
yes, I love it.
Anyway, man, I kill people.
Yeah.
It is kind of
Anything
like
for the bag. And that's basically wearing the dress. And that's where... Yeah, it gets a bit scary.
And then what happens? You can do that. Because what's going on with that boy Justin Bieber? It's becoming like, I'm just seeing just video after video. Something's going on. It's so funny because everyone like has just run to this conclusion that, oh, it's so messed up that P. Diddy R-worded him. It's... And he's just, look at this man. He's a victim.
Yeah.
I don't know how he's alive. People have just run with that, and it's just knowledge now. Yeah. Justin Bieber has been sexually assaulted by numerous men, and everyone's just kind of like accepted that.
Yeah.
I'll talk to like, family members and like, it's so messed up that he had to go through all that.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what?
Yeah.
Are there any cases?
Yeah.
Like, is there any like proof out there?
Yeah, and then you get like a very knowing look like
well, you know.
Yeah, it's like his frown could say more than the real truth ever could. What's that Simpsons thing? Yeah.
It's like, they get up like a YouTube video and be like, this is what happened to him.
But it's like with Justin Bieber, it's like, his tears could tell more than like documented proof could ever.
Yeah.
And then you see him and he's just smiling. But yeah, everyone's on his ass for...
They're on him.
Yeah.
Pause. Legitimately. I'm seeing all this footage from Coachella. He's looking a bit crazy.
Oh, he was dancing at Coachella?
Yeah, did you see him in the crowd? And he's kind of like dancing like this.
He moves so cool. It
looks weird.
Oh, there was one he was
looks
wearing like the Astro Boy boots and like way oversized like pants and jumper.
Yeah,
and he's like talking to this chick and he's like licking his lips and like listening really intently. He's like shaped like a question mark. There's something going on with our boy Biebs.
Yeah, the whole
He's with the
question mark
church.
thing.
He's with the church.
Oh, is
big
he?
Time. Yeah.
He's got like a wife or something like that as well.
Yeah, I think it's like Alec Baldwin's.
Yeah. So he's got
like Alex is like, you better straighten out. I'm gonna shoot you, man.
It is crazy because he looks like he's going through something.
Yeah.
Everyone's just, convinced he's going through something. He hasn't addressed it necessarily either. He needs to go to like some sort of, I don't even know, like an interview station or social media, some sort of platform, and be like, I'm good, guys.
Yeah.
Don't keep saying I was like R-worded by P. Diddy. I'm straight. Like, I'm good.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I don't know what's gonna happen. It looks like he's...
Yeah.
Is he just addicted to drugs, or is he trying to cry for help?
Yeah, it's like, it's because of people like you, Justin Bieber can't go to sleep at night, and they're just like flying a helicopter over Justin's house.
Yeah.
They're like blasting, like, we'll save you.
Is he okay? Is he okay?
Yeah.
And it's like the paparazzi.
Justin, are you okay?
Because what do you do? What's kind of the answer there? There's a dude who everyone's
We
assuming.
have to let him and P. Diddy talk it out. I think probably P. Diddy's the only one that can save Justin at this point.
Because I don't know what's going on. Because everything's just kind of like been jumped to these really full-on conclusions.
It does seem pretty cut and dry.
With P. Diddy,
He's evil.
he's definitely evil, but I don't know if he's like. I don't know if he's sexually assaulting Usher, Justin Bieber, like all these things, or whether it's just like a definite.
There's some weird spiritual thing going on, because it's definitely like the Antichrist coming and like poisoning the, you know what I mean? Someone that could have almost been a prophet. Which is the Biebs.
Okay. People
The way
are
he
caring
moves
for
and
him as well.
sings, Yeah.
Yeah, he is kind of like, he's got something very Christ-like.
Yeah, yeah.
Someone with like a beautiful voice like that.
Yeah.
But hey, he was so pretty. He was a beautiful young boy.
Yeah.
Beautiful young boy. It's the same reason like Ed
Now
Sheeran.
imagine.
Now, yeah.
Yeah.
It is, and then like, people like Ed Sheeran are kind of saved because they look funky and no one's really going to touch him.
Yeah, Ed Sheeran is weird looking.
He's so well adjusted.
And he's so normal.
He's so normal. Any like vaguely attractive person in Hollywood ends up kind of getting this. I don't know. They act like war veterans by the time they're 30.
It's a sad reality, and it's a trade-off. I think this is why it's wrong to kind of like put children with. Yeah, you can't make children famous because the reality. Have you seen Amanda Bynes recently?
Yeah. It's just looking crazier and crazier.
Yeah.
Like, legitimately.
Yeah, it's nuts.
I don't know what's going to happen. Sometimes I do watch movies. Even like I watched the Adolescence TV show.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I'm kind of like, probably just shouldn't have a kid in this. Kids probably shouldn't be actors. Mm-hmm. You probably have to turn 18 and then you get the choice. Maybe we just have to, I don't know, kid or child actors can be replaced by like 18-year-olds. You know, like when in To Catch a Predator, they would use like 20-year-olds that just looked young.
Right.
I think that just needs to happen. And we just kind of like, anyone under 18, you can't be an actor anymore. Because there's just too much weird stuff going on in the industry that we had our chance. It was great. We got our movies, but now it's done.
And how long are we just going to have evidence of people, like kids getting messed up, and then you still just have people like...
It's the whole Nickelodeon thing where you basically like, if you were on any sort of kids show on Nickelodeon or Disney Channel, you were... there was some nut stuff going on.
I want to see just like a Billy Elliot...
Yeah.
Like, what do you call it? Like I just wanted them to remake the movie.
Oh, yeah.
But it's just clearly like a small body and then just like Ryan Gosling's head. It's just Steve Martin.
It is, yeah. I think that's going to happen. You're going to have just more need for Timothy Chalamet. A guy who looks kind of 13, but he's like 28. Or like he's 30 years old or something, but he looks like he's 13.
Yeah.
And that kind of saves everything. It saves everyone.
Yeah.
Because you can't have kids. I watch that Adolescence show and I'm like, I don't even like the content.
Oh, really?
The subject matter's just a bit weird. I don't even like what I'm seeing right now. It's like little kids. It's just kids talking about like very sexual things. And
Is that what it's about?
Yeah. It just seems a bit odd. And I feel like we're about to leave all of that.
Yeah, I mean, do we really even need adults in movies? I think maybe it should just be like the Israeli army service, like just between these certain years, you have to be in movies. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you know, like it's all over social media, like the Thai military conscription, and then it's like a raffle.
Is that it?
Yeah, it's literally a raffle. It's like you're gonna serve or you're not, and it's literally that. Yeah, you just go into Hollywood.
Imagine being a gambling addict and also like in that lottery. How conflicted you'd be if they pulled out your number.
It is. You've really got a point though. I do think because what are we talking about here? 18 to like 23. Yeah. Everyone's at their peak.
And legal.
And legal.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? They're hot and legal. And that's when you should be forced to do all this stuff. And you look back on it and be like, oh, no, that was good. I was just forced into, like, conscription to Hollywood.
I think, and Euphoria is probably the only show that anyone needs to see.
Yeah.
Have you seen Euphoria?
I have seen episode 1. Are they all underage or are they of age?
I don't know. I haven't seen it. I'm too scared.
Yeah, of course. Because you're like, oh,
if this rule was in place.
100%.
Yeah.
Because what happens is like, Euphoria is there. I found it really uncomfortable. It's an uncomfortable show.
100%.
It's about kids.
Well, I don't even know. It doesn't matter how old the actors are. It takes place in high school, right?
Yeah. Yeah, and there's like these are high school kids that are like escorts or whatever.
Is that what it's about?
Yeah. And I'm just like,
what?
I don't know.
Really?
I don't know if becoming like a Grinch for all this stuff, but I just don't like seeing kids doing sexual things anymore.
I think this Christmas is a little bit different. I think you're allowed to be a Grinch kind of about this stuff. I think there's a difference between this and like giving kids presents or
you're stealing kids presents.
Presenting yourself to kids.
I'm like, I'm going to go out on a limb and basically say I don't want kids talking about sexual things. That's just me.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I feel it would kind of save a lot of these child stars. Because I think what happens is they're like, they're like 14 years old, and it's like, what you're going to do, mate, this happens in real life. This is some creepy British guy who's like, what is it, the director or whatever. Mm-hmm. This girl's going to be in sleep. She's 14. You're going to sneak in bed with her, and you're going to have your way with her. Then you're going to be with your friends. And you're going to be
Who's this, the director?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, right.
But these are sorts of conversations. This is me.
I'll give you one guess at who it is.
But yeah, there's just those sorts of conversations are happening right now on set to like a 12, 13-year-old. They're being like exposed to very adult things by adults in a room full of adults.
You know how there's there's the age of consent?
Yeah.
Have you heard of that? Have you heard of this thing? I was just thinking, like, what if in Australia there was just like the idea to push it back?
Okay, yeah.
So, like, there's a referendum and it's like the legal age of consent is now 21.
Oh.
And then what percentage of people would say
100%.
no?
I saw this.
It's like, that's kind of weird. Because I don't think it'd go through. I think enough people will be like, no.
You don't think? He's like, no, I want to be.
Well, the majority of the population probably has, like once you're 40 years old, you've got kids, you're like, yeah, we should kind of protect them for that little bit longer.
Okay, but then you think the young ones are going to be like, no, I want to be out there. I want to feel like I can do my thing.
Well, I don't know. Yeah, it's like, is that a good age? Is 18 a good age?
Yeah, I saw a thing on Twitter where it was like, I want to, propose the age of consent to be pushed to 19 and then see who stands up against it.
You've literally seen a thing
I saw that. That
and
was
this
like
is what I'm saying, because they're like waiting.
100%. Yeah, there are people out there, like the Chris D'Elia type, who are like, okay, or the Tigers.
It raises an awkward conversation because it's like,
yeah,
that's the age. And then it's like past that.
100%. It's like, okay, we're making it 19 now. All those people that kind of have like this weird countdown clock thing going on.
Yeah.
Now having to wait another year.
Yeah, true. That is funny. Yeah, we need actors to look like children, and children are like now looking like adults.
Yeah.
And trying to fool Chris D'Elia.
It's kind of a problem. I don't know if we double down. Because
Yeah.
you had like that Cuties movie that came out years ago, and they were like, what, 11, 10,
Yeah.
and people were like, this is
Oh, that was that
too
weird
much.
French one, right?
I think so, yeah. And they were like dancing and stuff like that.
Imagine if like this is like France, like that. Oh no, yeah, like France put that movie out, and the world was like, oh my god, that actor, and then everyone in France had to be like, oh no, it was like, yeah, the world was like, that director's disgusting, and then
Yeah.
everyone in France was like, they are. You know what I mean? Like this is like France just being like,
Oh yeah.
oh yeah, we're gonna make a normal movie too.
It's crazy because it's like, I'm pretty sure just all that stuff started in France.
Oh,
I
yeah.
assume.
Mm.
I don't know. If you meet kind of like a French person, they're kind of like pretty pompous. They're arrogant.
They're old quick as
They
well.
get old. They grow up fast. So you
Yeah.
meet like the average 18-year-old French woman. She's already like got a full-on cigarette addiction. She's probably like, I don't know, had her heart broken 20 times.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she's probably had sex with maybe like 150 men. And then it's like, okay, well, that's
Yeah.
not going to work for me.
Yeah,
I need
yeah.
someone a little bit more innocent.
Yeah.
Then you go down to 14.
Yes.
Heartbroken maybe 10 times, sex with maybe like 150 men.
Yeah.
And then it just kind of keeps on going from there.
Mhm.
I think the only age of innocence in France would probably be like 8 to 10. And I feel like there's just some weird... And that's where it starts.
right.
I think that's where, being attracted to underage people starts. Because
yeah.
you go to a place like France where everyone grows up fast.
Have you been to France?
I've been to France.
Yeah.
Everyone seems old.
Yeah.
You watch any French movie,
Right.
do you know what I mean? They're just too... I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's like the cigarette culture, the language, the obsession with kind of like sexuality.
Yeah.
They're just like degenerate people,
Yeah.
I think. And I think that just results in just a whole bunch of creeps.
I think
Just the language.
I think they had like the French Revolution with Napoleon.
Yeah.
And then they're like, we're the best in Europe.
Yeah.
And then it's just been like, ever since then, they've just been getting pwned,
Yeah.
kind of. So I think it's been a big case of like having to come to terms with that, and then it just kind of gets perverted and weird. Or do you just win so long that it becomes perverted? Like, think about like a
Okay.
happy marriage.
Yeah.
They've been together for 20 years with like a great sex life. It's going to go to weird places.
True.
Like, they've been killing
Just
it for so
naturally,
long.
yeah.
It's like,
You need to
yeah,
have a little
now-
bit of adversity.
Yeah. What else is going on there? They're really like,
Right now, France
Like-
is just like African and Arabic people.
yeah, which is kind of what it.
It's kind of good. It's stopping the... is it just stopping the degeneracy? I don't even know. It's changed it. The French people can't kind of do what they have been doing forever, which is... Maybe
Yeah.
they're the same. Maybe it's the same sort of culture. And there's like... They've finally had like a mirror put in front of them. It's like, this is how the world sees you guys.
Oh, this is the protocol. Yeah, I've got no idea actually. Yeah, the migrants that are moving to France. Yeah. What?
I think if you were from like a French colony, you have like dual citizenship.
Really?
And you can just... Let's say you're from West
Whoops.
Africa. I'm going over for some baguettes.
What's up, Pepe?
I'm going to climb that Eiffel Tower. But yeah, I feel like what's happened is all their like former colonies are like, okay, now we're going to go over there. We're going to go see the Eiffel Tower. We're going to go live in France now. Because it's so easy.
Yeah, and it's the same thing with England, I guess, with Indian
Yeah.
people and
And it's like, okay, fine.
Australians.
This is our, like, it must be a part of the immigrant, like, sort of mindset is like, these people kind of ruined where I came from. Do you know what I mean? There's a part of me like, I'm going to go there and I don't know, maybe I'm not going to be on my best behavior.
I saw like you know, like the like Southeast Asia is just running on like tourism dollars.
Yes.
I saw like a friend on Twitter, like it was in Thailand. It was like the caption was like a European guy, like an African guy, are like duking it out in the street. It's like, how long is the Thai government going to stand for this?
Yeah.
They're going to cancel everyone coming in. I'm like, I don't think that's going to happen. You know what I mean?
A 1,000,000%.
It's really, it's pretty sad.
It's very interesting because, like, I don't even really know. You're seeing, I'm bombarded with it on YouTube, but nuisance streamers.
Okay.
People that will, like, go to, usually it's, like, East or Southeast Asia and just vlog themselves being a nuisance.
Yeah, like the guy that went to Japan and hopped on the, hopped on that train.
Yeah, playing, like, North Korean propaganda music.
Yeah.
And all it is like, this is a culture that's very respectful, kind of like quiet, peaceful, conservative, pleasant.
Yeah.
And let me see if I can push them to the limit. They're basically going to like the library and like trying to make fun of the bookworm kids at recess.
Yeah.
That's all it is.
Yeah.
It's just like throwing paper balls. And it's kind of funny. If you think about it like that. But all they're doing is just kind of like, ruining the reputation for everyone else who wants to go there.
It is big troll culture because you just know you're going to get 1 million people being like, hey, get out of Japan doing that.
Yeah.
Or get out of,
100%. And I guess, I don't even know. It feels like there is like a rise. I know, do you know like Vitaly?
No.
He's like this Russian dude who used to do pranks. He kind of like faked pranks. He's like a big YouTube celebrity.
Oh, yeah.
I think he went to the Philippines. And just, this is like an older dude. He's like in his mid-30s or whatever.
Yeah.
And he's just like, he's like a celebrity, like an internet celebrity. And now he's like live streaming himself, going up to like a mall security guard and like taking his hat, running away.
Yeah.
Trying to like take his baton. Just kind of like bullying people.
Yeah.
There's just like some dude and he's like, he just hops on some dude's motorbike and the guy's like, oh, that's my bike. And he's just like, He walks away with it.
Is it something about like the like guy realizes that he's not an NPC kind of thing, or like you realize that you have free will? You know those videos where it'll just be someone, they just walk into a kitchen in a restaurant. They just like kind of go through. They'll just like stir a pot, take some of the pasta or whatever, and then walk out. Yeah. They're just like, I'm just in here doing this, and they just go through a mall, just
100%.
like wrecking the whole thing. And there's something.
It's so amazing. I remember I watched this like British kid who did it in London, and he would just like, if there was a door open in like a nice street, he would just like walk into the family's house.
That stuff is terrifying.
And he's just like, mum's like cooking, and he's like, oh, hello.
Yeah.
And he's like, hey, there's like 2 kids, like, mommy, when's dinner gonna be ready? And he just like walks down, just like sits on their lounge. Like, and then you just hear the mother be like, Peter, you need to come down right now.
Yeah.
And there's just some roadman.
I'm busy. It's like, there's a guy.
There's a guy.
There's a maybe Sudanese guy in my house.
Like, the only instance of that happening is like watching A Clockwork Orange.
I was 100%.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's all you think of.
Yeah.
When people feel that comfortable to like walk into your house and just sit down.
Yeah.
You're like, okay, this is, or what is it? Funny Games. Like these, it's a horror movie scenario. Horror movie.
Yeah, I've actually heard about something. The reason I even said
A Clockwork Orange.
Oh, no, well, the reason I said Sudanese specifically was there was like I heard a story. It's like someone I know's workmate's mother.
Yeah.
And guy, she just like was an older lady and woke up and looked, and there was just like a man that walked past. And she's an old lady, and she was like, "What are the kids doing here?" Kind of thing, and then got out and went into the kitchen, and he was just like looking around and stuff. And I think he had her bag open, and she was like, "Do you want me to make you some toast?"
Because she thinks it's one of the kids.
Nah,
Oh,
because it's
just
just her
because she's-
effort to disarm the situation.
Damn.
Made him some toast and he like sat down and ate it, and she like gave him a talking to basically.
Yeah.
Like, why are you doing this? And then
He was like going into rob?
yeah,
Oh,
like,
okay.
looking for cash.
Yeah, yeah,
So I don't have anything.
Yeah.
And he was like, where are the keys?
yeah.
He was like, you're not taking my car, basically. And then the guy left. I think went to another couple houses after that, and then was arrested.
Damn.
And had been to like 5 houses prior to that as well.
Yeah, yeah.
This is probably on the news and stuff as well.
Damn.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's just that. That's like a real classic sort of B&E. But being so casual with it is kind of creepier. And the fact that he would take the toast.
I guess because it's like some Joker type shit. Because it's like
Yeah.
they're not like planned in anything. It's more disturbing because it's like there's
Way
no
more
rhyme or
disturbing.
reason really.
I want, like, let's say you hear any sound, you're doing a B&E.
Yeah.
You hear a sound, you're like, oh, damn, she's awake. And then you just run with whatever
Yeah.
you've got. That's how a normal person reacts.
Yeah.
They don't just stand there. It's like the Hamish and Andy, like, knock and don't run. It's like, it's crazy.
Dude, like imagine there's a dog coming at you and you start waving your arms going, "Arr!"
Yeah.
And then it starts walking towards you.
Yeah, yeah.
After that, you're like, this dude ain't joking. Yeah.
It is so terrifying. I don't know what it is. It becomes this sort of like horror movie reality. And maybe there's something so appealing about that because you've only ever seen that on like movies, TV shows, and now you can watch it happen in real life.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, damn, they're acting like villains.
Yeah.
There's kind of something maybe just fascinating about that. You've got nothing else to do on the internet.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like, this guy's just going to cause problems.
Yeah.
And he's doing it in real time. You're seeing it happen live. This isn't like a prank sort of thing. And I think you've always had like prank channels, people playing pranks. And this is more like nuisance streaming.
Trivializes it or something, maybe?
Becomes more real.
Mm.
Because, again, the biggest dude in the world was a guy called Johnny Somali.
Yeah, yeah.
Who went to, I think he was doing it in Korea. Oh, actually, no, yeah, that was the dude. He was like playing the North Korean propaganda stuff.
Right, okay,
Yeah. And one of the video that like really killed everyone was he just goes into like a 7-Eleven and he like gets some noodles and like a drink. And because it's all happening in real time and they're all like the fan base, like 14-year-olds, and they'll like just pour the noodles out. And then there's like some lady watching him. And he's just like, oh, Chad. And he's like, oh, no. And he's like pouring the noodles just all over this counter in this 7-Eleven. And then the lady comes over. And again, she can't speak English. Like, what are you doing? And he's just like screaming at her. He's like, just like abusing her. And he's like, I'm not doing anything. And then she like is forced to kind of go away. And he just continues doing it. And
Yeah.
it's just... It's so...
Surreal or something.
Yeah, it's almost surreal, like watching it. Almost like...
Oh, you know what? Because I think what normally holds that in place is it's not, you can't physically do that.
Yeah.
Even things that are illegal or whatever.
Yeah.
It's just like a society.
Yeah.
Will work together in such a way that you won't do that stuff.
100%.
Otherwise, you'll get your ass kicked or
Yes.
you'll get ostracized.
Yeah.
But then I think the online community and people being faceless and whatever,
Yeah.
you can egg someone on and they still feel like they've got a community
true.
being
And let's say that kid, that 14-year-old kid, if he was like next to him, he'd probably be a little bit more hesitant to be like, pour those noodles.
Yeah, because that kid doesn't want to be seen by even the shop owner and whatever,
course.
because that shop owner resembles the kid's mother or
Yeah, of
something.
course. Yeah.
And then it's like, I can't let this happen in front of me.
Yeah.
There's no way you're going to egg it on.
I can't
You
let
can,
it happen in front of me.
You can do it with your friends and whatever,
Yeah.
but like when you're a kid,
Yeah.
just in like this little friend group, but everyone's going to always pull each other back.
You'll always go back. You'll never
like,
go
dude,
that
that's
far.
cooked.
Be like, dude, stop being dog. It's just an old lady.
Yeah.
And then this situation happens and he like commits to it. Same thing like
Yeah.
what should happen is he pours it over and runs away.
Yes.
But he pours it over. The lady sees him pouring. He keeps on doing. He's like, I'm not doing anything. You're being racist. It's just so crazy. It's like, and then she's forced because he's not going anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
And he's just sitting down there pouring these noodles everywhere.
Yeah.
And then she like has to just walk away, I guess.
Yeah, it's fried.
It's terrifying. And then what happened with that? I think they put a hit out on him for not like a hit, but I think they had a word for it, like when you kill someone and in a video game or knock them out and coins go flying. There was like a $10,000 hit for like to knock him out, and then he got knocked out, or he didn't get knocked out. Like someone tried to knock him out in public.
What? Oh,
Yeah.
so that did catch up with him?
Yeah, they had a little bit of
Yeah,
vigilante justice. And then
Yeah.
what's happening now is he's facing, I think 20 to 80 years in prison.
What?
Yeah.
For just that?
For just, I think, like a culmination of everything he did.
Yeah.
He did that, the North Korea stuff. I don't know if you know much about like, the comfort woman in
No.
in
What's
Korea.
that?
It was during the, what is it? Something involving the Japanese people. When they were doing-
those guys.
Do you know what I mean? Yeah, the pesky Japanese or Chinese. I don't even really know the history of it. And I'm assuming it's the Japanese.
Right.
But what they did is like they kept all the most attractive women basically in just homes and just use them as comfort women.
Who did?
I think the Japanese.
Who? Their own women?
No, the Koreans.
They kidnapped the most attractive
all
Korean
the
women.
attractive ones, and they just like left with them, and they were just kind of like
They were
what is it?
Vikings.
Yeah, legitimately.
Yeah.
And then there was like a statue to like kind of commemorate these women who were like stolen, and I think they were like all tattooed and stuff like that. The Japanese would tattoo them, and then when the war ended, they all had to like go back to their families, and they had these tattoos, and everyone knew that they'd been like just kept as like sex slaves, and they were like ostracized from society. And it's
What?
like, yeah, no, you've been like kept as a sex slave for years. I'm not gonna have you work in my company. I'm not gonna like be in a relationship with you. And I think all of them like died or like just got old. Their families didn't want to have anything to do with them. And it was just this thing of, no, you're not part of this society anymore.
What about the person that's got the tattoo before? Damn.
Yeah, it's...
I'm a dude!
I thought it looked cool. But I'm pretty sure Johnny Somali was like probably trying to make out with the comfort woman. Probably trying to like, have...
This is recent.
Yeah.
There
The
are still
statue.
these-
The statue.
Oh.
The statue to kind of like remember all the women that had to deal with this. And I need to look into my history. I always get very confused with this stuff. But I'm pretty sure it's the Japanese. I'm just going to say it's them.
Yeah, okay.
Because it's like an easy...
I don't think it's something that... whatever, actually.
Sounds very...
Let's not... That speculation is worse than...
I know, it is kind of crazy. Well, it's like, it's not the Japanese, but it sounds very Japanese. If I was going to kind of pick any group, it's a very Japanese thing to do.
Because they got the sick, like, dragon tattoos and stuff.
Oh, who's this? The Japanese or...
Thinking about when we were just driving back to Sydney,
Yeah.
my girlfriend and I, I like just changed lanes at one point. We were like going up this hill and it was dark and whatever.
Yeah.
I changed lanes. She's like, "You're such a good driver." And I'm like, "I am such a good driver."
Yeah.
And I'm driving for a little bit longer and I'm thinking about it and I was like, a lot of people could do that. Maybe I'm not such a good driver. And then I think it's either women are slightly less good at driving.
Okay, yeah.
And every car that they're in with a guy, they'll be like, "You're a good driver."
Yeah.
So every guy in the world that has a girlfriend
Yep.
or has been with a girl in the car is like, "I'm a good driver." Or girls are just doing this as like a psyop. So they get to be like passenger princess.
Women aren't good drivers. Have you ever been in a car with a woman
Yeah.
and just been like, this was a smooth trip? That's never happened in the history on Earth.
I think it's like a Family Guy joke or something. And it's like they call a cab because they've got a flight.
Yeah.
And then they go outside and it's a lady taxi driver and he just cancels the flight. But then the other thing, and then there are guys, and it's like, actually, I don't even know if I want to say it after that Japanese stuff.
can say it.
Yeah, but I'm like, am I kind of getting psy-up like that? We also listened to Katy Perry on the drive.
Okay, nice. Yep.
And everyone knew Hot and Cold. Everyone knew I Kissed the Girl.
Yeah.
And everyone knows my relationship with I Kissed the Girl.
Yeah, 100%.
Very important.
Yeah, very, very important. Very sexual song.
If anyone wants, I think it's the very first episode of the pod.
Yeah.
We talked about that.
Talking about how sexual it kind of made you.
But
Fireworks
doesn't make me sexual.
Oh, no, not sexual, but everyone knows Fireworks.
Just Katy Perry song. Well, those two are off her very first album.
Hot and Cold, Kissed a Girl.
Which came out in like 2007.
Yep.
And all the other songs on there are like You're So Gay.
Okay.
One of the Boys.
Yep.
And these songs are like, I'm a lesbian, I kissed a girl.
Yep.
And then it's like, You're So Gay. It's like talking about a guy and being like, this guy wears skinny jeans and drives like a hybrid car.
Okay, yeah.
And then all these songs are like painting this world of like women being like, we should all be lesbians.
Okay, yep.
And then all these dudes are gay.
Interesting.
And I think it was just like a perfect like time period. There was just a
100%.
time period where that was the thing.
Yeah, do you remember like Metro Station?
Fully. There was
That
a
was a-
psy-up going on.
It was like a woman. That was like a female lead. It was
Yeah.
it was Miley Cyrus's brother, Chase Cyrus or something.
Yeah.
And he looked like a lady.
Yeah. There was
And
just
it was
there was
so
short
cool.
stack here even.
Yeah.
There was a whole thing where they wanted, it was like girls should be kind of lesbian or lesbian leaning, and that's
Yeah.
kind of hot.
Christina Aguilera. You'd have like Madonna.
Lady Gaga.
Yeah, Lady Gaga.
All this stuff, and then dudes is like, we're gonna make you actually. Oh yeah, Metro Station.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure they came from like metrosexual, right?
They must have.
Which is a straight guy that like dresses queer.
And that was
or-
really popular in the late noughties.
I don't know. It's just I don't really have a point to any of it. I just think it's kind of weird.
This is kind of interesting.
Yeah. Do you think that? Well, I guess it hasn't really affected anyone. Hasn't really changed the course of history in any drastic way, has it?
It's very interesting. Yeah, you just plant those seeds and be like, I don't know, what's this going to do in 10 years? 10, 15 years? I wonder what this is going to do.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
Let's just really hammer in the idea that all boys are girls and all girls are boys for like 4 years. Maybe it was even 3 years, 2 years.
Yeah.
And then we just left it alone.
And it's just great. And we're all just going to kind of accept that at the same time. I mean, so this is like the 2000s.
Yeah.
90s was a time of like guys being like, I'm such a loser.
Yeah.
And like Nirvana, Happy Gilmore, these kind of movies. And it's like the hero of the movie is not a cool guy.
100%.
And his enemy is the jock or the smart guy.
Yep.
The guys who should actually have control.
Yeah.
Instead of that, it's this guy who is like
you're rooting for
a
the
loser.
underdog. You're rooting for the underdog.
Not just an underdog, a loser. Like he doesn't deserve to win. He's put no effort in. He's got no
Dodgeball.
good skill.
Vince Vaughn, he lives with his like grandma or something like that. He's like 40 years old.
Yeah, he runs like a bad gym because
Yeah.
he just doesn't try and do anything.
Yeah, he's just like
And
a
then-
loser and he's like accepts it.
Grunge music and stuff like
Yeah.
that. And it's and they're like the heroes and everything.
Yeah.
And then from that, the next part is like the 2000s come around.
Yeah.
And it's like guys are just like the average straight guy, and what's cool?
Yeah.
He's just like, actually, I'm just gonna be gay, which is that's bad. But like,
It's good.
Yeah.
What happened was like you had a real movement of the metrosexual,
yeah,
which literally came around, I think, in the early 2000s. And you had like
Yeah.
shows like Queer Eye for the Straight Guy. This is the early Queer Eye for the Straight Guy, which I still think it is kind of the funniest show on earth.
right.
It's like, let's get these losers and just dress them up and have them act like gay guys.
Yeah.
Oh, you really like playing board games and you really like doing this. You like playing board games and painting figurines in a basement with your friends, and you meet up and do like live action role play stuff.
Yeah.
Instead of that, you're going to wear skinny jeans, long V-necks
And go to brunch. Yeah.
And then he's like, can I
Because
still
women like gay guys now because of...
And it would be like, it would be the dude who had kind of looked like, who's the dude from The Simpsons with like the ponytail that worked in the video store?
Oh, comic book guy.
Comic book guy, yeah. It would be like comic book guy with like a crazy long V-neck, spray-on jeans at a bar. Yeah. Or just at brunch with like a woman.
The worst part, he's just killing it.
And he's so confident. He's like, and then you'd have like all the Fab Five looking at him. Oh, look at him. And then the dude's just kind of like...
Are they called the Fab Five?
They're called the Fab Five.
Yeah, of course they are.
I was obsessed with that show as a kid. I'm obsessed with that show as an adult. I find it just endlessly fascinating and amazing. Yeah. Yeah. It's really it's probably the best show ever made.
You don't say. Yeah, now it's just called Queer Eye, isn't it?
Now it's just called Queer Eye
for the straight guy.
Yeah, that's true. I think they made over some queer guys.
Impossible.
They just got it together already. Yeah. There's no such thing as a gay man who has his like life falling apart.
Have you seen the modern ones?
Yeah. I maybe watched the first 2 seasons.
I think one of the guys is just like a psychologist, or he works on like emotion or something.
Yeah, 100%.
Did they used to do that as well?
I have a feeling it was pretty close. He would have been like a confidence coach. It would have been called something else. Because they always have the interior... It's always the meme is like, the interior design guys like, oh, you used to live in like a trailer park and now you live in like a luxury condo in like the Upper East Side. And they would do like...
It's just a better house. Well, that's what the clothes are as well. It's like, you used to wear like these terrible clothes. Now we've bought you 2 outfits to wear for the finale. Like, for the end of this episode... And you're back on your own. The psychology guy might be the best out of all of them.
The psych dude's good, where it's like, why do you feel you have to play these video games? And why do you feel you're like too scared to talk to women?
Video games is way fun. Video games are fun.
Women are boring. It's like, well, have you been to brunch?
It's like, oh yeah, it's like you out of everyone should know women kind of suck. It's like, why don't you want to hang out with women?
Why don't you want to hang out with women?
I'm doing it because I'm scared. You're doing it because you're...
but yeah, it's a very... it was such like a statement for that time. Mm-hmm. Early 2000s. Yeah. It was just... fascinating time. Yeah. Everything was bright. Everything was kind of metrosexual. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. If you just look back at the fashion, everything was just kind of like wacky and weird.
Goth, emo kind of.
Yeah, goth, emo, big scarves, bright coloured shirts. You'd be like a dude with like skinny jeans and like a pastel sort of green, blue with like big pink writing.
Were you repping that kind of gear?
I probably was repping that gear every now and then. You had to wear bright clothes. Bright clothes, really tight jeans, and you wanted to have like, it was very loud. Yeah. People always talk about the early 2000s as being like a very whimsical time. Things were whimsical. Like you look at the McDonald's, there were like crazy stuff going on. Shopping centers were weird and whimsical. There was like characters.
Until Kim Kardashian came out with like this Skims line and made everything. What do you call them? Naturals?
Yeah.
What are the colors?
What are those colors called?
Pastel. Neutrals.
Yeah.
Everything's like neutral color
100%. You can't be kind of like wearing really bright light blue shirts with pink writing and spiky hair. And an eyebrow piercing.
Sick image.
It's such a sick image.
I think I skipped all that because I don't think I realized you had like autonomy over like clothing and.
Oh, when you were that age.
Yeah.
I think I caught onto it. Because I was like, I can technically dress like these characters from television.
From Queer Eye?
Yeah, from Queer Eye. But what would happen is, like, you just couldn't get... It would just be the Temu version.
Oh, yeah.
It wouldn't be all the way there. Like, I love the idea of having baggy basketball pants. But I only could get them to, like, just go over my knees. I couldn't get them like Soldier Boys.
Oh yeah,
I could
yeah.
never find I could maybe like Soldier Boy's shirts, right?
Yeah.
They were probably like
They look
like
they've been
18 XL.
they've been like doctored onto him. It doesn't look like a real thing.
I can't even imagine how you'd make them. And then I'd go to like Target or Kmart and be like, I want a shirt like Soldier Boy. And it's like, we got 3X. And it's just kind of big.
Yeah.
And
It's just an awkward size.
Yeah, it's just an awkward size where it's like, oh, it just kind of looks like it doesn't fit me. It doesn't look cool.
Because, the idea is you're wearing like, it's like, oh, what is that, your dad's?
Yeah.
But the thing is, as like a kid wearing like an XL.
Yeah.
Like a 5-year-old wearing an XL.
Yeah.
That's basically what you want to look like. But then once you're an
100%.
adult wearing that,
Yeah.
like your dad has to be a giant.
100%.
You want to be wearing
You
clothing
need
of a man that doesn't exist. Like just someone that is mythical
Yeah, because
almost.
it's like 10XL. It must be 10 or 12XL that Soldier Boy was wearing.
Yeah.
And also, the trick with Soldier Boy, his pants matched. So this was always the issue. Maybe you could go to Kmart or go to was it Lowe's? Yeah, Lowe's that have like the big men section.
Right.
And you get like maybe like a plain white tee, and you're like, okay, this is good. This is like a 5XL. This is Soldier Boy's t-shirt. But what happens? You can't get that in basketball shorts. So all it looks like is now you're just wearing a dress.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because your basketball shorts are only going to go to your above your knees. Your shirt now is longer than your pants.
The sad reality is, if you want to be fashionable at all,
Yeah.
you've got to learn how to sew.
Yeah.
And if you're going to learn how to sew and do that,
Yeah.
you may as well just be gay.
Yeah.
You may as well just go like all in.
You may as well literally not be the I don't want to say victim, but be like the subject for Queer Eye for the straight guy.
Yeah.
But you're one of the Fab Five.
Yeah.
Because now you're the sewing guy.
Which guy from the Fab Five do you think you would be? What is it? So you got the fashion guy.
There's a crazy one
design
now.
guy.
Yeah, you've got like a cooking guy.
A cooking guy?
Yeah, I never understood that, and I think that's new.
You don't need the cooking guy.
He has no need, and he'll just be like, it's funny. Like you'd watch Queer Eye, and like you'd have the interior design who's doing like a $100,000 kitchen makeover.
Yeah.
You would have like you have a dude that just cuts his hair, a dude that takes him shopping. You'd have a dude who does like the psychology stuff, like goes to his childhood home, and then you just got a guy who's just kind of like making a nice meal.
Yeah.
Almost not even for the guy. And he's just showing off his cooking skills.
Yeah.
And it's just, he's barely ever even with the guy.
Right.
And then maybe there's like one scene of like the guy who's now dressed like immaculate. He's just kind of watching one of them cook. And he's like, so you're going to cook stuff like this, right? Look how delicious this is. He's like, that's really good. And then it just ends. He doesn't really, he doesn't get to take a cooking class or anything. He just watches some gay chef cook.
To be fair, that sounds pretty good.
It does sound pretty cool.
Imagine the smells and everything going on. That would be amazing. I think that would probably maybe even be the most pivotal point. Just
it'd be like,
seeing like the care that this man puts into cooking will just be like transformative.
one dude took me to my like childhood home. Another guy took me shopping for like 3 days.
Yeah.
Another dude gave me a brand new apartment.
Yeah.
Another dude, I don't even know. And then you finish off with like, then I went and watched this amazing chef cook the best meal I've ever seen in my life.
Probably out of chefs, I'm surprised that it does seem to be straight chefs.
Yeah.
Because I could just imagine like a gay chef just rocking it. Just in full control of the kitchen.
100%.
Just all like just handsome waiters.
Oh. I actually don't know what it is. I don't know why gay men aren't more like prolific in cooking. Why? Would you have to be like an old mother, an old lady to cook? Because an old hag knows how to cook.
Yeah.
That's usually what you want.
Yeah.
You want an old hag.
Yeah.
She knows how to actually whip something up. Because I think it involves time, love.
Yeah.
little bit of God.
Yeah.
Just like, more time than anything. And I
Yeah,
don't know if like a gay chef would be that patient.
Oh God, no.
Yeah. He's like, sorry, sweetie, the club closes at 2.
Yeah, yeah.
Or like, I have to be in there before 11. I don't have time to wait for this like thing to set.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I'm leaving. This is boring now. But some old lady is like,
They got all the time in the world.
they've got all the time in the world. It's like, I'll make a cup of tea. Because who have you got? Yeah, the best chefs in the world. You kind of have Jamie Oliver.
Yeah.
Ainsley Harriott.
I
I know, that was a big jump.
when I was back home, we were watching, what's his name, Rick Stein.
Okay.
Yeah, do you know him?
I feel like I know that name.
He was
Is
like
a
cooking
chef,
up
is
this
he?
salad and whatever.
Yeah.
And it was just like bok choy with like some onion and something in it, and just like some olive oil, and you just like tossed it around in the bowl, and like put it on a wok.
Yeah, yeah,
And it was just that was the salad, and he took it off and just put it on a plate.
yeah,
And I was like, that's not good at all.
yeah.
Like in my head, and my dad like walked past and he was like, yeah, that looks like crap.
Yeah.
I don't know. It was just very nice. It was like a nice moment of, maybe it's like, I just picture my dad to like appreciate things. I'll be like, nah, it's good because of this or whatever.
Yeah, it's good because of
It was just
X.
like, that looks like crap actually.
And he didn't even see them beforehand, did he?
No,
didn't
he
even
just
see
saw it
them.
on a plate.
Oh,
Yeah.
he saw it afterwards.
Yeah.
And it's like, you were like, oh, this took him 20 seconds to do.
Yeah.
And then your dad comes through and it's like, what's he cooking? It took him 20 seconds. I don't understand that.
Yeah.
I really don't understand that. But then, people just talk about like, it's all about how it's sourced.
Oh, is that that's the key?
I think that's Jamie's whole thing.
Jamie, just
That ain't Jamie like. Jamie's like, Jamie's whole thing is, less is more, less is more. Let's just get a steak, maybe some salt if you're generous.
I'm on board with that.
You're a Jamie.
I'm a Jamie. You know me.
Yeah, you know.
I don't even put sauce on stuff. I've
That's
gone
good.
into the hot sauce. That's about it.
Are you into where it's sourced though? Will you walk through and like feel the leaves or feel the grass that the cows are going to be eating or whatever? That's Jamie.
I'm going to go out on a limb and say that stuff doesn't matter at all. But then again, this comes down to your theory. I'm probably cooking with hate.
Yeah, yeah.
But it's important. Do you know what it is? Maybe you need like a couple to make a meal.
Okay, interesting.
You need someone to, it's like a kid.
Yeah.
I'm going to be sweet with the kid.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to beat, if they fall over, I'm going to say get up.
Yeah.
You know, if the steak falls on the ground, I'm going to chuck it back in the pan.
Yeah, straight in. Just brush it on your pants a little bit.
Yeah. I need to kind of be doing that.
Okay.
I'm doing that. I'm just like getting it from A to B. It's all right. Brush it off.
Yeah.
Let's go.
So you're not going to be Jamie. You're not in like the fields, smelling the grass, feeling like the tactile sensation of what the cows are going to be going through.
Maybe I need to do that more so.
It's nuts because what happens when you do that? I started trying to be like Jamie a few years ago.
Oh, yeah?
It's exhausting.
Being like Jamie. Yeah, of course it
You
is.
have
I
to
don't
just
have
get
the
up.
hours in the day to do that.
It takes so much time.
Yeah.
And I was full Jamie. I would go to the fish markets.
It's so funny we're talking about like being too impatient for the kitchen.
Yeah.
And I was just like, yeah, I gotta go. I gotta get to the club. Yeah. Sorry, you were saying you
Yeah, me
don't
on the
like
other
Jamie.
hand.
Yeah.
I got all the time in the day, Playboy.
Yeah.
I'm literally going to the fish markets early because I want to get the best cuts of barramundi. Then I go to like a greengrocer. Yeah.
Yeah.
Greengrocer. I'm not getting my vegetables from Woolworths or Coles or any of that. I'm going to the greengrocer. I'm like, where's the freshest sort of basil, freshest broccolini?
Yeah.
I want the real capsicums. I want to like see the color. I want to feel it for a little bit.
Yeah, yeah.
And then you know everything's like sourced perfectly. You go get like the actual like basil little tree thing, or a little plant, and you like pick it from that.
Yeah,
And then you just take it home. You put all that stuff together. You have the best meal of your life.
It's kind of sick.
It's crazy, but
It's very French.
It's very French.
There's some
Yeah,
weird
here
kind
we
of
go.
fetish
Yeah.
thing to this. Like,
Yeah.
I've got to get in early.
Yeah, you've got. I have to kind of like watch and make sure I've got
You
like
want to find the freshest thing.
one that
Something
they have.
that hasn't been exposed to too much.
It hasn't been there long.
Yeah, and then I want to... Yeah.
You want to kind of take advantage of that. You want to take advantage of the whole situation.
Yeah.
You want to take it back to your place.
What? Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Leave it out for a bit.
Yeah.
Kind of watch it.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's something very French about that, indeed.
Yeah. French are very culinary.
Yeah.
And culinary things is kind of like, you hear people describing it as like kind of sexy.
Yeah.
It's funny hearing Jamie Oliver do that. Like
he's got the craziest voice.
Yeah. How does he actually sound?
He's got like a... Wow.
Well, that sexy,
he's got like a wisp. Absolutely.
I feel like he's got a fat tongue.
Yeah, he's got a massive fat tongue. Pause.
Like, that's very sexy, yeah. It's just like
very sweet, very sexy, yeah.
And then
And
he
I
does
put
something
this-
down here, and
Yeah.
then it shows you a shot of his face, and it's just like a potato man. I would love to. It'd be great to like cut the video of him like cooking something.
Yeah.
Just with like what you're meant to be doing, which is like cracking an egg over the pan and just going like that,
Yeah.
and then just like. And then he's like talking about it, and he's like, "What you want to do is you want to get it fresh, and then just like a close up of just like laying down a bit of bacon, just throwing it in the pan." That's kind of my whole style when it comes to cooking.
Okay. Yeah.
But yeah, it's not very sexy.
Jamie Oliver's whole thing was like, I used to try to cook like Jamie Oliver when I was a kid.
Yeah,
And I used to do it like making, grass and mud
yeah,
dishes. And I would act like him. He's such a creep.
yeah.
He's like, look at this thing. Absolutely beautiful. So sweet, so sexy.
He just wants to make. Yeah, he
He
always
wants to be-
says
yeah,
things.
He says that all the time. And
I
used to
think I
say
don't
that
think
as
he's
a
ever
kid.
had sex. he just heard the word sexy and was like, "Yeah, this is probably kind of close to what it is."
Because it brought so much back. Just such a weirdo.
Jamie,
He's like making love to the food with his like big tongue that's kind of like wet. You kind of like feel like spit getting
maybe
into
that's why he's such a good chef. He's got such a big tongue. It's just so many taste buds.
Wait a second, let me go try this. Oh, that's absolutely... That's sexy.
Also, yeah, chefs just do be doing that. Like TV chefs would just do that. And I can
Oh.
imagine him like
Yeah.
just licking his thumb, and then it's just straight back in there.
Yeah, straight. It's so crazy. They have seem to have like no regard for hygiene when it comes to that.
He's a chef.
And I think, yeah, it probably does. Chefs' hands apparently may just be the cleanest things on earth because they can just kind of do whatever they want.
Yeah, you can just pick up a hot pan as a chef, I think.
Yeah. And even just like, I know a lot of the Japanese restaurants, the real high-end Japanese sushi ones, they like wrap the sushi roll with their hands or put the nigiri like on the rice and then just like put it down with their hands. And they just give it to you with their bare hands. And you're meant to eat it with your bare hands.
Yeah, right.
You just kind of like, you turn into like an animal
Interesting.
when you get to like a certain level.
Yeah.
And I don't know what that is. And I think maybe it does kind of go back to Jamie Oliver, chefs. The way they eat, it's always with their hands.
That's so funny. Yeah, like
And that's how you
your
truly
sushi
enjoy
chef
food.
has to take a bathroom break
Yeah.
and then comes back and like you just can't enjoy the rest of the meal.
Yeah, because there's like probably particles in his hands now or on his clothes.
It is. It's such a fine line, like particle talk. If we're getting into particle talk,
Yeah, do you want to get into a bit of particle talk? Let's just be real about
it's
some
just like
particle
anything.
talk.
It's like like someone's probably scratched their nards.
Yeah.
You just can block it out or whatever. Someone's gone dookie. They've gone dookie, and then if you went in there, went dookie, and then you came back and you're like, "Oh, did you still want me to make you that sandwich?"
Someone, fresh from a dookie can change
Yeah.
everything.
Yeah.
Everything.
And then yet it's just like
Yeah, like you be like with your your like newlyweds in Hawaii. You've just got married. You had an amazing day, went like, I don't even know, wakeboarding or something like that. Go back to the room, you're finally gonna like tie the knot. She's like, wait a second. Yeah, comes back. You just hear they rip like a crazy one in the bathroom. It's like, okay, let's do it. It's like, you know what? I'm not in the mood anymore.
Yeah.
It doesn't take much.
Yeah.
It really doesn't take much. A dookie can just kind of like ruin a whole moment.
Or just even like trying to get romantic in any kind of way after, because for a guy like stand up and pee.
Yeah.
Like your chick just goes to a public bathroom.
Yeah.
It's like, great, your booty's.
Yeah, you've got syphilis now. Legitimately. You just picked up syphilis and can we at least clean that off before something happens?
Yeah.
It doesn't take much to kind of,
So you have to draw the line in crazy kind of areas.
Yeah. How you going with timies?
Yeah, I might have to jet.
Yeah. Anyway, folks.
Peace out. We'll catch you on the next one.
Stay French.
Yo.
Yo.